We're back with Gold Game Film this week, the show where we cover threats and opportunities in the gold market with U.S. global investors Frank Holmes. Frank, good to have you back with us.
Great to be here.
Frank, when we spoke last week, you were eyeing China's PMI and the U.S. jobs numbers as some critical data that could move gold. What are you eyeing this week?
Well, it seems to be geopolitical of what Putin is going to do next in the south of Russia and how that could trigger sort of a feared trade in the marketplace. So I think that's something to be following.
So if you had to choose a touchdown pass for gold this week, Frank, what would it be?
The touchdown pass of the week would be negative real interest rates. This scenario where we're seeing it, but the big part I was trying to comment last week was the CRB index looks like it's breaking out. And we're seeing many of the commodities. And for the investors, if we're really looking at global connectivity, the emerging markets, which were horrifically knocked down in the first quarter, are all turned positive. That is, the 1 week moving average is above the 4 week moving average for something like 94% of the emerging countries we follow. And that is usually a precursor to demand for commodities.
Let's get into our OT segment now, opportunities and threats in the gold market. Let's start with opportunities.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is that the cheapest reserves are listed. And we're going to see a lot of Canadian institutions and pools of capital reflecting and pulling capital back into Canada, like the Osisko transaction. It had a positive ramifications for many of the other companies. Their stocks all were re-rated higher because of that positive rippling effect. I think that will continue.
And what are some threats that investors should be watching?
Well, the biggest threat is the brokers are still, there's a host of them believe that gold's going to collapse and fall, and they're really not appreciating this massive physical trade that's taking place of big bricks of bullion going to Switzerland, being refined into smaller wafers, and then being sold into China and other places of the world in Asia. And I think that will continue to eventually that supply stops.
That's all the time we have this week. Frank, thanks so much for being with us.
Great to be here.
And thanks for watching this week's edition of Gold Game Film with Frank Holmes. Email us at newsfeedback@kitco.com. Happy trading and thanks for watching.